Right, good afternoon, everyone, and good afternoon to our Facebook participants. Welcome back, and I hope you are doing well today. Welcome, Arimal. Hi, John Lee. Good afternoon, JW, and good afternoon, Lin. So our lessons for today is to discuss various common problems that users are facing when they are using AutoCAD. So this free online lessons offers a quick way for beginners to use AutoCAD more efficiently. Now I will launch a poll, which is just to let me know which field you are from. So I need your 30 seconds to answer this poll. And just a small declaration, only live Zoom meeting participants can see the poll. All right, thank you for answering the poll, and I will share the results now. So we can see that our participants, mostly from architects, civil engineer, and also artists. Once again, thanks for joining these free online lessons. Right, now let me introduce about our company website. Okay, firstly, type in acadsystem.com, ACADSYSTEMS.com to visit our website. So you can see there are lots of tabs here to let you explore our company. When you scroll down, there's a short description about us. We are Autodesk Gold Partner and Authorized Training Center. So we are not only provide the software, but also the quality training. So now scroll down, you can see our latest Autodesk promotion and news. So the first one is flash sales, where we have a discount for some of the software. So grab the chance as our offer will end tomorrow. While for this trade-in promotion, you can trade in your perpetual license, which can save up to 20% on the Autodesk suggested retail price and upgrade the maintenance plans to subscription plan. Okay, you also can click inside for the detailed information. So you can contact this phone number for KL branch and this number for Penang branch if you wish to talk to us. So when scroll down, you can see we have our latest Autodesk online lessons. So as you can see for today, we have AutoCAD problems and solutions. While next week we have factory arrangement by using Inventor factory design utilities. Right. So just information to our Facebook participants, if you want to communicate or interact with us, you can join us via Zoom meeting by clicking the lessons. Okay. Then click going to reserve your seats and then submit your details. Then a ticket will be emailed to you soon. Okay. Welcome Ida and good afternoon Muhammad Lufti. So now back to our slide. So our lessons for today I've specified to some categories. So we have workplace problems, selection problems, zoom in, zoom out problems, dialog box problem, corrupted file, and remove educational plot stamps. So let me launch the AutoCAD. Okay, so for the first one, workplace problem. So the first problem is about the workplace. Let's say you would like to know how to change AutoCAD to full screen mode and back again. Maybe you wish to work in a larger space or better viewing. Or maybe you accidentally make it to the big screen, but you have no idea on how to reset the default AutoCAD interface. So the commands for changing between full screen mode and back are clean screen. Okay. clean screen on and off. So when I select the on, so the clean screens is only show the drawing area and they will hide the palettes and tabs. So let's say you want to present your drawing to a client, so you can use a big screen for better viewing. So to turn them off, you can type clean screen off. There's also a shortcut key for this, which is Ctrl+0. Okay, this will toggle the clean screen on and off. Okay. There's also a button down in the lower right corner of AutoCAD here. You also can select this to use the clean screen. Okay, next, let's say you accidentally close your command line window, and if you want to make it appear back, you can use a Ctrl+9 key. So you can see that's your command window, Ctrl+9. Okay. Ctrl+9. Okay, so this is how you make it your command window appear. Okay, now we'll move to selection problem. So to select an object, you can specify a rectangular selection area by clicking, release the mouse button, and then move the cursor and click again. Okay, so when you select something, you will find out that there's a difference in the color when you select your object from different directions. So from left to right, there will be a blue color, which we call it as window selection. While from right to left, we have a green color, and we call it as crossing window selection. So what is the difference between them is window selection only select objects that are completely inside the angle. Okay, while the crossing window selection select objects that are only partially inside the selection rectangle. Let me show you an example. Let's say I have two lines here. Okay, so this is line 1 and this is line 2. Line 1 will be selected in both cases, window and crossing window selection, as it's completely inside the selection rectangle. Okay, this is window and this is cross selection. But line 2 will only be selected when you use cross window selection, as it is only partially inside the selection rectangle. So if you use window selection, you need to cover all of them, then you only can select both objects. So that's a difference between them. Next, when trying to add additional objects to selection in AutoCAD, the previously select objects are deselected. Okay, so the problems will look like this. When you select this object and you want to select the second object, the first one will be deselect. Okay, so the multiple objects can still be selected with selection or crossing window and by holding the shift key while clicking items. But the issue occurs with all commands that require selecting objects like erase, copy, trim, extend, and so on. So the reason why it is because your Pickaxe system variable is set to 0. So you can type Pickaxe Pickaxe, and you can see there's a 0 here. Okay, so the Pickaxe system variable controls whether objects are added or removed from the selection when a new object is selected. By default, Pickaxe is set to 0. Is set to 2. So I will set to 2. Okay, so this allows us to add additional object to the selection. So when I change it back to 2, you can see that I can select more than one selection. Okay. So for me, setting the value of Pickaxe to 2 will make my job done faster. Okay. Let's say you have selected all your drawings and you want to deselect some of them. Then you can you can press Shift and select the object that you want to be deselect. Okay. So we can click Shift and then select the object. So this is how we play around with the selection. So next we have zoom in and zoom out problems. And there are various commands and options in AutoCAD for panning and zooming. So zoom in, zoom out, we just roll the scroll wheel forward and backward. So for the pan, we can hold down the scroll wheel as you move the mouse. Okay, so the scroll wheel is also considered a button. While to zoom to the extent of the drawing, we can double click the scroll wheel. Okay, double click. Okay, so this method is particularly useful when you accidentally press enter at the wrong time during a move or copy operation. So let's say I'm here and then I double click the scroll wheel, then it will bring me back to the drawing. Okay. Next, have you ever felt like the middle mouse wheel zoom is too fast or too slow in AutoCAD? It can depend on the skill of the drawing and objects you are working on. So the speed of the zoom in and out is controlled by a system variable named zoom factor. Zoom factor. Okay. So the default of the system variable zoom factor is 60. You can see now there's a value 60. So you type zoom factor at the AutoCAD command line and then change the value. Okay. You can type in an integer between 3 and 100. So 100 is the greatest zoom effect. Okay. Now let's say I change it to 100. Okay, so when I zoom my object, you can notice that it took me very fast to zoom my object, to zoom this rectangle. Okay. Let's say I change it to 20. So when I zoom in, you can see that I need to scroll my mouse wheel a few times to meet my rectangles. So that's a difference. Okay. I will set them back to the default, which is 60. Enter. So the speed depends on the user. If they prefer the faster ones, then they can enter the highest value, which is 100. Okay. Next, we move to the dialog box problem. So when executing a command in AutoCAD that normally displays a file selection dialog box, such as open, save as, like when I click open. So this is what we call as dialog box. Okay, so in some cases, the user will encounter problems like nothing happens at all when they entering a command that should provide a dialog window. Okay, the reason why is because there are 3 variables that we need to take note. The first one is file dialog. Second one is command dialog. Third one is ATDD. So this is the 3 system variable that we need to take note. So what's the reason why the dialog box doesn't appear is because these 3 variables is set to 0. Okay, so you can type FILE DIA, enter. So you can see it's set to 1. Okay, if you set it to 1, then your dialog box will appear. Let's say I change it to 0, enter. And then when I click my open, you can see it doesn't have any dialog box pop up. That's why we need to make it as 1. Okay, and then same goes to the common dialog box CMDDIA. We need to change it to 1, and also ATTDIA, change it to 1. So when you work with AutoCAD, the dialog box will pop up so that they can ease our job. Okay. So next, when AutoCAD prompts you to select objects such as when you are erasing erasing objects, the cursor, or we also call it as crosshairs, turns into a square. Okay, let's say eraser. Okay, so it turned into a square. So this square is called a pick box. The size of the pick box can be changed. Some AutoCAD users prefer large boxes, some like small boxes. The size of the box is your personal preference. However, the smaller the pick box, the more accurate you must be when placing the pick box on an object to select it. Okay, so if the pick box is too large and it could overlap onto other objects that you did not want to select. To change the pick box size, you can right click and choose options, or you can type command dd select. Click enter, then there will be a dialog box. Okay, then you can adjust the size by sliding the tab. Okay, the grip size also. So a preview of the new size is displayed here. Then you can select OK when size adjustment is complete. So this is how we change the pick box size. Next, we will move to corrupted file. Okay. So let's say your AutoCAD drawing file has become damaged or corrupt in some way. They might show some symptoms like file will not open, file hangs or crash, slow performance when editing and manipulating the file, or you will encounter error message when opening or when working in the file. So we have few ways to solve it, but I need to apologize as I can't show the demo because I don't have any corrupted file. But I will tell you the steps on how to do it. Okay, so the first method is to open a new drawing. Okay, then you can type insert command and place the corrupted drawing to the new drawing. Okay, then you just explode the inserted drawing. So this process will normally fix 90% of the corrupted drawing file. But if the drawing was corrupted badly, then you can try using this method called, this is a software that called free recovery software, which is Dataman drawing recovery. So it is a powerful tool to repair and recover corrupt AutoCAD drawing files. So it can scan the drawing files, then recover your data in them as much as possible, so as to minimize the loss in file corruptions. So I will share this link in the chat box. Okay, so this is the link. Okay, you can use this as the last options. Okay. Now I will open the software. So it will look like this. Before recovering any corrupt or damaged drawing file with Dataman, please close AutoCAD and any other applications that may access the drawing file. Okay, so first we start Dataman drawing recovery, and then select the corrupt or damaged drawing file to be recovered. You can input the drawing file name directly, or you can click this browse button to browse and select the file. Let's say I will just select this. Okay. Next, if you know the format of the source corrupt drawing file, then you can specify it in the combo box. By default, it is set to auto-determine, which means Dataman will analyze and determine its format automatically. Okay, so next step. So by default, Dataman will save the fixed drawing file as a new file. You can see there's a fix here. Okay, you can specify if you want to use another name, and then you also can input the file name directly. Okay, or click the browse button to browse and select the fixed file. Okay. So next step, you can specify the output fixed file format in the combo box also. By default, if you do not specify the output file format, then Dataman will use the same format as the source drawing file. Okay. Next, then you can click the Start Recovery button. Then it will start scanning and recovering the source drawing file. Then this progress bar will indicate and recovering the source drawing file. Okay. Okay, as it will take a few seconds or a few minutes to complete the process, so I will just skip this. But after the recovery recovery process, if the source drawing file can be recovered successfully, you will see a message box like this. Okay. Okay. You will see a box like this, which means your file has been recovered successfully. Then you can go ahead and open your recovered drawing. Okay. So next we move to educational plot stamps. Okay, so let's say you're a student or educator using an education license. So this is the example of the drawing was saved with a student version of the product and marked with a plot stamp. You can see there's a stamp here like produced by an Autodesk educational product. So some of the users from design courses might think that the watermarks on the drawing will affect their presentation and often need to present in front of professionals and academics in their critiques and cannot have these watermarks appear. So the way to remove the watermarks is download the DWG TrueView 2015 version by using this link. And I will send it to chat box too. Okay. So you can see there are a few versions here. So to remove the educational plot stamps, we need to download the 2015 versions. Okay. So DWG TrueView is used to view AutoCAD drawing files without having to install the main application. As this drawing TrueView is in the 2015 version, right, as I mentioned just now, so you need to save your drawing as the 2013 version first. You only can open the file. Okay, so I will open this Autodesk DWG TrueView and then click the menu and click the drawing convert. Okay, then we need to wait for a few seconds. Okay, then click this conversion setups and we click modify. Okay, then we need to, so in this actions here, you can see there's a remove design feed. Okay, check the box, then we save the drawing. So after that, you can see that the educational plot stamps is removed. Okay, right, so this is the lessons for today about the AutoCAD problems and solutions. So I hope you found this video helpful And if you wish to watch back the recording, you can go back to our website. Okay, and then scroll to our footer section. You can click this Facebook icon. Then it will bring you to our Facebook page. Then you can watch back the recording here. Okay, then it also same goes to the YouTube button. When you click, you will visit our YouTube channel. So please give us a like and share our video. So before I end this section, let me launch a poll to share with me your experience. So I already launched a poll. All right, so thank you for joining Arama. Thank you, John Lee. Thank you, JW. Thank you, Lin. Thank you, Lojendran. Thank you, Muhammad Lufti. Thank you, Amir Rahab. And thank you, Ieda. So I will end the poll. I will end this section right now. Once again, thank you for joining and stay safe and see you next time.